Marcus, I think maybe we know that there's no past and future, and we're free as our soul, and like we our physical body is like just suit that we're using. But maybe the specific question was if this suit can last forever, or at least very long, like compared to what most people feel,
Yeah.
right? Mm.
Yeah, when it's in the hands, of course, you have to understand when the less intox, do you have any intox um, alters your body, mentally or physically, because what do you say, you as a because you're using it every time with, and then sooner or later your body gets older because it's not used. When you use something physically, then sooner or later gets broken. But when you do not have involved the physical part, that means, in my point of view, the ego mind, uh, and you're free from this intox, then of course you could theoretically live forever. But of course, it should be in the decision of your true self, because the true
Mm.
self will say, "Okay, I'm here to play a certain game, and play, let's say, 200 or 300 years, and then everything what I have to learn is done." Who wants immortality? It's actually always the ego, and that's the problem.
Mm.
Can I interrupt you a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
That means because you can't intox your body indefinitely. There's a limit. So therefore, when you do fasting, then you give your body a detox, and therefore, by fasting, you live longer. That's actually the point. When you do intox continuously, sooner or later will be a sooner end. But when you do fasting, you give your body's time to detox, and then of course the time span is it's longer.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Um, so you understood Korean, so you wanted to correct.
Yeah.
Wanted to interrupt. Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus, and I mean, this is like another other friends' questions. Like, of course, I know you don't get offended because when you don't live as Marcus the ego, but people like see you, and like he doesn't look energetic, and some people even commented like, I apologize, but like your salt bag, like below your eyes, might significant this is Spanish, might mean like you have some health issues, bladder or kidney. um so yeah, I think they were curious if you, and when I was with you, I also felt you might feel tired at times. um so I'm curious how you feel, because it may link to the question of sleep. Maybe it's because you still sleep, you feel tired, or you kind of you're aging. But like this Russian community, they kind of, some people don't sleep for 4 years, and they they their testimonial is they have infinite energy and very like energetic. So I'm curious about your experience. Like, do you understand me?
Yeah, I can understand. Um, uh, mm, what you see, I can feel as well. The last weeks actually were very stressful. So therefore, I was talking. The intox of your body is not always food or physically. That means eating. The most toxic part is emotion. And when you fall into the trap of emotions, that's a high intox. And when you see for example, uh, problems with what I say is liver is, I guess, anger or whatever, and kidney is more fear or whatever. There's a certain relation, but this is uh, highly emotional. In the last uh, months was very stressful to understand parts of me and the parts of the tribe to form them because the difficult part in my life is when I'm with people who live very emotional. So we were 15 people and everybody was living something of their past. Then I could feel their fear and I could feel them. And my problem is still that I observe it, that it affects me. And that's
Mm.
I'm still learning on it that this do not affect me because when I'm with my own, when I'm in my hammock or wherever, then I'm peaceful. Then everything changes. But when I still take or want to take care, that's still my problem, and that's the part I still have to learn. That's it's my ego part. Why I take want to take care because I do not have to take care. Everything is flowing. It's organizing by its own. But in the moment when I want something to control it, then it affects me. Okay, answered. Okay.
And like you answered like Korean Tarzan, the other guy, uh, like the question about sleep, that the body wants to rest, but there was another like part of my question was like some people practice like sleep deprivation, and they say because they agree with you in the sense that we don't get energy from something material, but it comes from like prana or consciousness. Like, so when you sleep, like your body loses connection with the source. So I also feel at times when I'm fasting for a long time.
Yeah,
I,
that makes, but sorry, but that makes no sense. Uh, uh, when you are disconnected from the source, then you're dying. Then you're decomposing. Meanwhile, you're not decomposing, then you're connected to the source. So please do not get confused.
yeah, maybe not. Okay. Oh, or you can put it like just
Marcus, I heard one other person that claims she is breatharian saying that during sleep one is decomposing. You think that's completely false? Or let me offer my
Yeah,
perspective.
but
Perhaps, Marcus, it's that a person who cannot be breatharian needs sleep. Could it be like that? Like a person who is not breatharian needs food, therefore they limit themselves and create this, perhaps?
but everything is, of course, always connected to your thoughts and your beliefs. But what I have observed, when you are in a certain position, emotionally means stress, or you eat too much, then your body is asking for a rest. That means sleep or whatever. Um, and that's it. And when you're in peace, in harmony, and completely balanced, then there is no need also for no sleep. But people who are searching for it, of course, you can train your body, you can do everything to reach something. But who wants to reach something is always the ego. And I am trying to observe in which moment I involve myself, that means ego, in my true life, with my true self, the living with my true self, and my idea with myself as Marcus. That's the only way I can change something. I can't do nothing. But I know in a certain moment, because I'm feeling it, then it comes the moment of the pure energy again. Because I could feel it once, several times, but it were always only a small sparks because I desire or my true self wants the complete uh, control over my body. And then in this moment, then it's the full energy. It's not that energy comes from outside. You are the full energy. The only thing who is blocking actually this full energy is always your mind, your ego, and your actions you do by intoxicating your body physically and mentally. Because when you're free from everything else, then only your true consciousness manifests itself in pure energy.
Hmm.
Okay?
So, Marcus, you talked a little bit about like the mother feeding the child and how there's an unnatural development of needing milk, so on and so forth, from the child's end and also the mother's end. And then
Yeah.
I was kind of brainstorming to myself, does that mean nature itself, which also supposedly is conscious but eats itself, maybe nature and the mother itself or being too feminine is somewhat not good for oneself, that you have to kind of, in a masculine way, gather your consciousness and say that this eating itself is not for me? Is that kind of where you're going into?
More or less, because you as human, you have a free will. You can decide. Animal can't decide. A lion can't decide. Now I'm boring to hunt. I try to get vegetarian. Won't work because it's in its program or its program. Maybe it will fulfill its program as lion. But we have higher consciousness, and we can decide no. But the most people have no consciousness. Basically, ego means no consciousness, and then the ego decides, let's eat. But you can see it, for example, children always play with the food because they know that's something to play, explore. But then we switch into the addiction, into an habit, and then the habit drives us into an addiction. Um, but in the end, when we are in our true self, there is no there's no desire, I guess, in the end, when everything is already experienced for food. Because as children, we play and explore, and then the exploration is done, then it's done. Then I do not have to repeat it again. More or less. Yes.
One, we're like it's really late in Korea, so we're kind of about to end soon. So if you want to comment something, feel free. Otherwise, I may ask last questions and um.
No, you can do the
Um,
last questions. Okay.
yeah, no, I don't need to ask anything, so go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, Marcus, what were you saying?
Okay, go ahead with the last question. When there's no question, then I only have one suggestion, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you call it matrix, and the mainstream system, they they made up this system like we own the land, and like they made up this bank system. This land is worth this money, and they make you do weird things, eat weird things, have sex, and create children and make them slaves. But and like maybe tribe is a with tribe building we can try getting free from all of that. But for example, you're in Argentina, and Argentinian government argues that this is Argentina, this is our land. So like, do you feel, what kind of approach can we have? Like, we need to get some money and buy the land to free the land, or we just say, I don't agree with your logic, this is not Argentina, this is just a free land we will inhabit, so this is like independence, like, or like we what can happen, or
Yeah, in the end, you have to be a nomad. This means No country, no territory, nothing. And right now, the only solution I can see is the jungle of South America. It's so big that you can get lost. But in other spaces, there's too much control.
And Spain, like we were trying in, like
No, the Spain. It's also in the place where we're doing or still doing the retreats. It's also under control. So the owner is not free. He has to also to follow the rules of the game, and there's still the government to say what to do and what to install on his property. So there is no freedom. Only when you're in the very far that you maybe travel 2 or 3 days into the jungle, then maybe you're free. Then you're not so easy reachable.
yeah, I
And
get you.
therefore you have to, but the main part is you have to be free from food, because when you not free from food, then you need money, and then when you need money, you have to be a slave in the system. It's very easy. So to be free, you have to free yourself from the addiction of food.
Then yeah, I saw it. Like we were with like this guy in Spain. He had all this land, but he's also in the system. Let's say the people who offer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was curious about that point. But you know, the system just continues. Let's say you say deep in jungle, but if the system just cuts down all the trees, then we can be reachable at some point.
And
Like,
therefore, we have to be nomads. Go on walking.
mm, mm,
We are free. You have to have. There is no property. Do you have your backpack, and that's your life. Yeah,
mm,
the life in the system, you are in the system or out of the system. Out of the system, you will be always chased because you are enemy for the system. But I do not care.
um,
I will be guided by my soul, by my true self, because the true self knows exactly the future, and so the true self can drive me into a situation or into the direction where I have to be. But
uh,
you're asking me always with the point of view of limited ego mind, but your soul has unlimited access to a lot of more information.
like maybe real last question, like women, I don't know, maybe you wearing the body of a guy may feel maybe more easy to freely walk around or sleep anywhere, but maybe women may feel less secure doing that. You know what I mean? Have you observed it?
Yeah.
We need
For
maybe.
example, here in
Mhm.
it's only the limit. This is in your mind when you think there is a danger for women. No, if you're for women, they will do living by their own alone in the wilderness for 1 month.
Mm.
So there is no danger. The danger is in your mind. When you're in your true self, who knows the future, you will be always guided perfectly. I know it because I can feel it all the time. But I still have to learn a little bit more, and therefore all situations that I was passing the last months were perfectly to learn a lot how to do more nothing,
Mhm.
because I get too easily involved emotionally, and that's my deficit.
So I will translate it for the last time, and then you do
Yeah.
your
Okay.
last suggestion, and then
Yeah.
we say hasta
Then
luego.
we then we then we wrap it up. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marcus, this guy just wanted to like say thank you, and like we all maybe want the free, happy state. Maybe we approach it on our own way, but like he just wanted to thank you so much for like sparing so much time and um and then I will do my translation.
Real quick, he also said that he feels that we are on the same team. So like, even though he thinks that he must like, it's more effective to convince people with science than to like have a retreat center, for instance, he still thinks that we're on the same team and we're just trying to, yeah, guide the human or something like this. Is that about
No,
right?
okay. Yeah, of course, I understand it. Everybody has his way to help humanity, and everybody is doing what he is or feel or he or she is feeling is the right way. Perfect. I'm happy to be with you, with all of you. It was nice. Okay, I will wrap it up with only 4 points. That's actually in Spanish is paso, step. That means that first is patience. Patience with yourself. That means translated, it's a science of peace. And just discover why I'm not in peace with myself. It's very, very important, because only when you're in peace with yourself, then we can create peace in the world. So you have to observe, when I'm not in a stable peace state, then something, I'm the cause. I have to go to the source, or to go to the cause why I'm not in peace with myself. You want to translate, because then I follow up in other words. Yeah.
Marcus, pasos significa like path or
Patient. No, patient. Step.
a step, like, and then next to the next.
Yeah, we came.
Ayuno?
Next step is it's ayuno, that means fasting. That you imply fasting in your life, at least intermediate fasting, and give your body also a dry fasting, or to try actually dry fasting. It's not so complicated. You make a nice experience after dry fasting. Play with food, but in a good manner. That means less food. Then the next one is S. That means, of course, silence. We should keep a lot of silence, because the more noise, the more we talk. That's a lot of noise, and noise means also your cell phone. So maybe you should do also a daily diet of your cell phone. It would be nice, and the diet of talking. And the last point is observe. Observe means true meditation. True meditation means actually observe the cause. That actually, or to get by observing to the cause. That's true meditation. It's not hypnosis, what the most people do, because the most do meditations before and after in the same state. And for what purpose I do meditation? I have to get to the cause of it. And therefore, I have to observe. That's a very important point. You have to, for example, observe why I'm hungry, or why I want this food or that food, why I'm so impatient, why I have rage, and why I'm talking all the time. Why? That's a very important point to observe. Okay. Thank you for having me, and maybe one day we can see us or give us hugs in life.
Thank you so much.
Marcus, so we'll see you with the face.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for
Marcus.
your time as well. And I hope we see us one day. Okay.
Okay. See
Bye.
you later.
Adios.
그러면
Adios.